Well, is sinking land tanking housing values?
A new study from UC Riverside shows excessive groundwater pumping is causing the Central Valley to gradually collapse.
Well, now it may be affecting the housing market as well.
Your reporter covering San Joaquin County, Carmela Karcher, getting answers on the study and the impact. This sounds really interesting, Carmela.
Yeah, it is really interesting, and it's really heavily impacting here in San Joaquin County. Now, I spoke with one of those researchers, the professor and author of the study earlier today. He said that the ground sinking is actually impacting home sale values by almost 6%, so pretty incredible. And the communities that this is impacting the most are those that rely on agriculture. Dip to a drop. Sinking ground in the Central Valley now causing property values to sink. This all according to a new study from UC Riverside.
When we see droughts, we see larger subsidence. We see more extraction of groundwater, we see larger subsidence. And that's a sign for many other problems like water availability, job availability, and so on. Assistant Professor Mehdi Mehdi is part of a group of researchers looking into how excessive groundwater pumping is impacting the housing market. They compared data on impacted areas in 8 counties to nearly 200,000 home sales. They found the average losses ranged between $6,500 to as much as $16,000 per home. Researchers estimated that losses totaled to $1.87 billion across the region from 2015 to 2021. One of the areas most impacted, San Joaquin County. We see that in areas that are heavily dependent on agriculture jobs, and these areas also see larger impact of subsidence on housing value. If you heavily depend on agriculture, that means less jobs and other things, which translates into housing value. I asked a realtor in Lodi if they've had any discussions about land subsidence.
We do have a regular meeting once a week at the board, which is a meeting and tour, and there's discussions of a variety of things, and there hasn't been any discussion of that at all.
While realtors say the sinking ground hasn't swallowed up the housing boom just yet, researchers say the concern is there so long as the ground continues to drop.
We can come up with a better understanding of what are the costs and what are some of the benefits and what we can do in terms of policy in general.
Now, he also said this issue isn't unique to just California. Other desert communities like Arizona and Utah are also noticing this problem with the ground sinking, and it's impacting their home prices. So he also said that he hopes this research and the methods they used can be utilized in other states across the U.S. and around the world.